Let's start with coaching styles. So we got an interesting question.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure where this question came from. It came from a group mentor class. And in this class, I was talking about different coaching styles. And the specific question is, my coaching style has been described as prickly. And I looked up the definition of prickly, and I'm not sure that I like that as a description for my coaching style. So I get it. And I want to talk about it because it is my favorite style. Like, and I hope that my style is sometimes when I am leading 2.0s or, from time to time, I talk about asking prickly questions, questions that tend to not necessarily hurt, but are directive and make someone go, ooh, like, let me think about that. And I'm looking for that, ooh, like, let me think about that, because it's often the elephant in the room. It's often the questions that make people pause for a second and think more deeply about their life. Where this comes from is one of the people who trained me, Laura Whitworth. She's since passed. She passed in 2007. I was in a leadership program with her as the leader, and it was a 10-month program. She died in month 8, and it was emotional. We knew about it. She was a tough coach, and one of her favorite things to do was to put people on the spot. It reminds me a lot of Marshall Goldsmith. I was speaking with him in a conference in 2014, and he had this similar kind of, like, let me put you on the spot and ask you the big questions that you might not normally ever ask yourself. This to me is a prickly style of coach. It's a prickly question. It's a style that forces people to confront the things that they need to confront, but haven't necessarily had the space or opportunity to confront them in a safe place. And so, to me, the height of a coaching compliment is having a style where where a coach can create such a safety in the space that they can ask these questions that are really challenging and force people to think about their life in different ways. That to me is a prickly coaching style. I hope I have one in some ways. I think I do. I feel like my style is very slow. Like, I tend to ask a question and then wait. It's almost, I wouldn't call it a meditative, but it definitely is a slower pace. I'll take my time. I'm not in any rush. I'll slow it down. But I also, yeah, I could go into this. I feel like I have gone into this in lots of videos, but I hope that answers the question and, and helps put all of that into context. And Laura, I mean, her style was amazing. She would ask questions that would really put people on the spot, but they were life-changing questions. And I feel like these are the kind of questions that people are asking for, they're yearning for. This is the opportunity for coaches to really walk in sacred space with people and ask them questions where they are thinking deeply about themselves and their life. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like getting to the heart of the matter, and it's one of my favorite coaching styles to be a client in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love when I'm with a coach who is going for it. And there is something to, if you have the ability, and you can learn this as well, of creating that safe space to be able to get into those questions. And in designing the alliance with a client too, these are things that can be covered to be able to know how to meet your client and also to share your kind of coaching style so you can comfortably and confidently step into that as well. Um, and so, there are some clients that I've had that we've had that conversation because I like that style more too. Like, let's just get down to it.
Yeah.
Like, let's make this time, and it's not to push, but there's a lot of times you can see, like, okay, this is actually where this person's at and what they need right now. So instead of being
Right.
around, and just meeting them exactly where they're at in that moment. Um, and so, yeah, I appreciate that style of coaching very much. When I'm the client, I'm like, let's just get to it. I want
Yes.
to, I want to figure this out. Let's get in here. And, you know, and I think that also can be a compliment to the client of, we, a lot of us are having all this stirring going on within us and already have a lot of these things kind of like just below the surface. And so if there's somebody to kind of help us just pull it up a little bit
Right, right.
and to be able to be like, oh yeah, that's what's there. Like, you
Hmm.
know, I've been feeling that, or, yeah.
I think what it also assumes is the client's brilliance. Like, if
Hmm.
you can assume your client's brilliance, your client's wholeness, your client's ability to meet the challenges, external and internal, and ask challenging questions at the same time, that's what my camera's going wild. It's like, yes, this is exactly it.
Pay
Like,
attention.
yeah, that's it. It's both. And so it's a both and. It's assume brilliance and ask tough questions.
Hmm.
I feel like if they're only tough questions and they feels like, oh, like you need this in order to do something or to, try to fix or offer advice, the whole process breaks down and it feels like yuck. But
Yeah.
if there's assumed brilliance, direct tough questions, it's amazing. Coaching sessions are awesome. You should do it.
You should do. Well, and like what you're saying, there's a major difference if you're following the lead of your client and you're asking these questions as opposed to trying to lead the conversation yourself as a coach.
Right,
And
right, right.
you're going to feel that within yourself as a coach too if you're starting to do that. If you take a step back, and you're really leaning into level 2 and level 3, you can feel that kind of like, ooh, that kind of question would be because I'm trying to get something out of this session for this client, and they're not there yet, or that's not what they need in this moment.
Right.
So if you're following their lead, those bold questions are going to, yeah, bring out even more brilliance within your client. So I think that's a really cool way to look at it.